All right, today's date is what? Let's be sure. Today's date is 10th May 10th May 2025. 10th May 2025. I'm on my way to work. I have something I want to drop. It's not a teaching. When I'm in a cab like this, it's I don't create content, so it's just a drop of it's just dropped while I was taking my shower preparing for work. I said okay, I will drop it as it hot. If you check the world economy, you notice that there has been suppressions in some continents. When you're talking about the world economy, there is an intention why Africa is being kept as a poor, developing or underdeveloped continent, even though it has the highest and the most mineral resources in the world. It's supposed to be the most richest continent in the world, but that's not where we're going to. But currently in the ecosystem, if you notice that there is a shift in power. Currently now, China holds, whether you believe it or you don't believe it, China is the world power now. With the kind of sophisticated technology and with the kind of inventions those guys are doing, it's mind-blowing. And now currently there is a tariff where Chinese business people for some reasons cannot bring in their goods to US, to which initially US have always been their biggest market. Not because US is the only biggest market in the world, because a huge population in the US can actually afford those products. And Africa has the population, but majority of those populations in Africa cannot afford those products. A lot more than half of the population. You're talking about affording technology or cars and all of those things, when more than 80% of it are struggling to even feed. That is the state of my continent as at today. We are still struggling to feed. Whereas in a country like America, we are wasting food here. You need to see how restaurants, any food, how they are wasting food every day. They trash food. So food is the least of their problems. They can afford a lot of things, I'm telling you. So now, if you notice, China they are trying, and other I don't want to mention, they are trying to see how they can revive, with good intention, the continent of Africa. This is the reason, and this is what I am seeing. You notice that if we want to be honest, 100%, if Africa can afford a lot of those things that we are shipping from China to America, Africa will be buying them, because we actually need those things. Those are necessary things that will make our life so easy and so nice and better. But we cannot afford it. The reason why we can't afford it, because Africa was made to be like that so that we will not be able to afford it. But the good news is Africa is waking up. People like Very Dark Man, people like me, I always like to put my mouth in, because this is my era as a young guy with a vibrant blood running. That if I don't speak up and stand and represent my continent, then I don't know. I was brought up to believe that a man needs to defend his family, number one, and defend the society where he's coming from. Africa is getting there, and the time is now. And we have all the things that you ever want in this life. All the things that you ever imagine how it's going to look like. China has it in abundance for us. It's just for us to step up and be able to afford it. That's all. And it's going to be a win-win for the both continents, because number one, technology is going to come, advanced technology. I'm talking about advanced technology is going to come to Africa, where an average African will be able to afford those technology. because China have them in abundance. I'm not joking when I'm telling you that China has this technology in abundance. I'm not joking. You need to see what China's are producing. So it's going to be a win-win, because Africa will have a better life and China will also have money. They are business people. They want to sell. They want money. They need markets to sell. America shouldn't be their only market. America shouldn't be their only big market. So you see the necessity to develop Africa. You see the necessity that we need to mount pressure for our leaders to make the country better. For even our youth, leave leaders. If leaders are not making it better, we the youth can. How can you as an African, if the government are not making the continent better, how can you as an African man contribute individually to make the continent better? Number one, and the only way that me and you know that one you can do. You cannot build phone, leave that one for China. You cannot build car, leave that one for China. You cannot build solar energy installation now, leave it for them. The one me and you know that you can do it is agriculture. The whole world needs food. How do I explain it to you guys? The whole world needs food. Go to agriculture. You can farm. Do you know that Chinese needs food too? Okay, let's look at it in this dimension. Imagine Africans generating not just the resources but food. Don't you think that China will buy it? In exchange they will give us technology and take food? Since we have the fertile land that is so rich in agriculture, can't everybody go back to agriculture? Have you seen my driving force when I'm advocating for agriculture? Have you seen my driving force? All right, this is just how should I put it? There is something else I wanted to highlight. That's number one. The second thing I want to highlight is internet supposed to be free at this level. This is 2025. At this level, internet supposed to be free. We are the product. We that is using internet, we are the product. Imagine walking into a supermarket, and the groceries on the store, the product on the shelf, have to pay himself to be there and be generating money for the store. So what we fail to understand is that all of us that is not making money from the internet, we are the products in the internet. Influencers are gathering products and using those products to sell by influencing real goods to them. So how will internet be generating their money for maintenance? Because it's only maintenance. We have created it already. What is remaining is maintenance. How are we going to pay people who are maintaining it if you say internet should be free? Take 1% of all the earnings of all the content creators, people that are making money online. It's enough to power all the maintenance you want online. Internet supposed to be free. It's a normal thing for every human being should have access to access internet. You just log in and have access. You don't have to pay. Internet is supposed to be free at this level. Why are we so greedy and selfish? Where are we piling up all this money for? Where are we taking it to? We have built something for humanity. Why are we not making it accessible for everybody to use? And besides, we are even making money from these people, making them products. What you fail to understand, that you scrolling through Facebook, if you are not making any money from Facebook, you are a product. You are a product of Facebook. If you are not making any money from social media or anything that you are doing online, you are a product. So being a product, you are even paying to be a product. Do you see the level of extortion there? They are using you as a product to shine. Because when you gather these people, that is when companies, companies, marketing companies will come in and pay for ads. They are paying for ads thousands of dollars. I'm not joking. If I tell you how much companies are paying to run ads online, you'll be shocked. They are paying so much. So why is internet not free when an average person is just a product? Anyways, I'm going to work. Thank you very much, Ebres Okoiso, your revolutionary thinker. Will always do the thinking for us. I will always come in to fill in the gap. Thank you very much. Bye.